So when Carol was speaking with the guy on the TV and she asked to speak with the president, and then the guy said, "Oh, the president and the rest of the staff are unfortunately dead." Do you think they died because um they were just in a very unfortunate position, just like Helen, for example? Maybe they're on a plane, like maybe they're on Air Force One, and then it just goes, or the the human race, or I guess the collective of humanity managed to get to them before they turn, and then they just kill them off. Could that be a thing? Could because we don't know, we don't know how the president died, right? We don't know how the president and the rest of the staff died, because there's a lot of connotations to that. Like, why can't we speak to them? They passed away, okay, kind of weird, kind of interesting, it's kind of a throwaway line, but maybe, what if it's not? Because look, the reason why I'm just asking this is because the thought of having every single person on earth, right? Every mind, every feeling, every emotion, every thought, and every form of good and evil being formed into a single mind, a single collective, a hive mind. And the result is that they apparently are quote unquote happy, right? In very high quotations here, happy, right? And they want everybody else, including Carol, to join them, right? The remaining 11 plus Carol. Like it got me thinking. It got me wondering, like, what kind of mind would that be? Like, if we just mush everybody's collective thought into one mind, what would that create? What kind of being are we looking at here? Because, like, how does because not every person on earth is good. Not every person on earth is righteous, or quote unquote, let's just put it, positive. A lot of negative people, a lot of evil people, you know so the thought of, like, the president of the United States and most of its cabinet uh not being a part of this collective kind of raises some eyebrows for me, because so who else isn't here? Are like, are any world leaders in this collective? Um, or maybe it is just randomly decided that, yeah, you know, because again, like, who are we looking at here? What kind of being are we dealing here? What type of person, right? If we just condense all of humanity into a single being, into a single person with multiple multiple bodies, then who is Carol speaking to at this point? She like speaking to the ultimate centrist? Like, how does this work? You're mushing every person on earth, and you will arrive at, like, the ultimate centrist opinion. Like, how does this work? Like, what is the political spectrum of the human collective in this instance? Thoughts to think about. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. We are continuing Pluribus with episode 2 of the first season. I have heard that Vince Gilligan mentioned about, like, yeah, we're doing season 2 that has already been greenlit, but they don't know how long this show is gonna take. It could be 3 seasons. It could be 4 seasons. It could be however many seasons. As long as Rhea Seahorn is on it, and as long as, I guess, Apple TV is willing to pay all of the expenses, and I guess maintain the budget and whatever. But it is kind of raise a question from me as well, because again, like it follows into that uncertainty of like, well, okay, we can do 2 seasons, that's already for sure. Maybe we'll do 3 seasons because maybe like the first 2 seasons are highly rated and whatever. But like, what is the plan here? Not saying that I don't trust Vince Gilligan in any way, because obviously with Breaking Bad, that's completed. Better Call Saul, that's also completed. Like I'm sure, like with Pluribus, we can get this done. But it's also a matter of like, well, those shows I would say were created or were formed in a, I guess, in a less ravaged environment, if that makes sense. We're in a streaming world where a lot of really good shows could just get axed, could just get canceled for whatever reason, for whatever, for whatever tax cuts, or for whatever reason, right? So hopefully that is not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, considering we're dealing with the guy who made Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul here. I think it would be insane for anyone to, to cancel the show. Especially Apple TV Plus, considering they just had a hit with Severance, and that show is still going as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how long that show is gonna go. But yeah, I guess just like a very minor very minor concern, but I shouldn't be. But anyways, Pluribus, season 1, episode 2. Where are we? Oh, this is one of them, isn't it? One of the 11 people, perhaps? Okay, maybe not. Maybe she's not one of the 11 people then. Yeah, not many people are lucky. This is a really good shot. That was a nice tracking shot. Man, these shot compositions. I like what this opening is showing us. It's showing us how effective the human hive mind is. And because everybody has everybody's like thoughts in mind and whatever, it means like now everybody knows how to fly a plane. Everybody knows how to ride a bike. Everybody knows how to operate. Man, the production quality of this show, though. It's that Apple TV budget. Oh, look at that, a plane crash. Wow, what a shot. Beautiful shot, by the way. I haven't also talked about like how vibrant the show is. At least on my monitor. This is really beautiful. And as always, great use of color. You gotta bury her. It's time. Oh. Beautiful. I love the camera spin on the shot. We are revolving around her. She is the center. She's like, the focus. She is the one. Okay, so we're gonna be meeting with the girl that we saw before in the opening. Why her specifically, though? Why is this person coming straight to here? Already prepares a drink for her. How do we procreate in this world? Now that I'm thinking about it, wait a minute. Like, how would we procreate? How would we have sex? And how does that feel? How does it feel to have sex with yourself? Like mentally speaking, like your mind is connected.
Hello? You okay?
Where are you watching me from?
An MQ-9 Reaper?
A what?
It's an Air Force drone? It's...
Jeez.
Sorry, bad idea. It's... leaving. We'd feel so much better if you'd hydrate.
And what else? Something that's gonna make me turn into one of you?
No, we're months away from knowing how to do that.
Months away. Gotcha.
Why are you standing in my yard talking about
I wonder
whatever
how-
the fuck it is you're talking about?
I wonder if Helen
Who are you?
I wonder if Helen's mind was connected before she died. Because everybody was like spazzing out, but like I wasn't sure if at that moment everybody's like connecting or if, you know, or not. Because it would explain how trust issues. It would explain how, you know, the kids know that Carol had, you know, had a spare key in the first episode. Like who else would have known that?
Wait! Stop! Wait right here, don't move. What the hell is this? Are you supposed to be my character, Raban?
We just want you to be happy.
Wow.
Why Raban as a woman?
Why not? That is a good question though.
My original version of him was a her. But I talked myself out of it.
Oh.
And we never told anyone.
We never told anyone.
Helen and I were the only ones who knew.
Yes. Answered my question then.
She joined us before she passed. She's gone, but all of her thoughts, her memories, they're right here.
Wow.
Should we tell you how much she loved you?
You bunch of ghouls!
Great shot.
You are a goddamn bunch of grave-robbing psychopaths!
What the fuck? What is happening to her? Is she being reversed? Is the effect getting reversed or is everybody having this spasm right now? Everybody's having this right now. Okay.
Jesus Christ! What's...
There's a lot of dark humor in this show, which, you know, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul also has dark humor. Oh god.
Sorry.
Fucking piece of shit!
Oh,
Carol? We can take it from here.
I was just trying to...
We know, Carol. We're all right.
fascinating. Fascinating. Is she still there? Well, the car's not there. Huh. Wow.
Hi, Carol. How may we help you?
The pirate lady can come back if she wants.
Absolutely. She'll be right over. Is
The
there
pirate
anything
lady.
Was that me? Did I make everybody freeze like that?
Good question.
We're affected by your emotions. The negative
Ooh.
ones, if they're directed right at us, they can be a little tough to take.
Oh, okay.
So, how many people did I hurt just now?
Everyone.
Did anybody die? How
Well.
many?
Worldwide, it's a few.
Couple thousand.
Hundreds?
Oh, what a cut.
There is a quicker way, if you're open to it.
Wow, they just brought an excavator. You know, I really like humanity as a character in this show. And mostly being represented by the pirate lady here. But like, I really love it.
11 others?
Actually, now there are 12. There's a gentleman in Paraguay whom we became aware of this morning.
Okay.
Did any of them get hurt?
There was just one minor injury.
These 12, how many speak English?
5 either as a second or third language.
I want to meet those 5.
We'll have to ask their permission.
Fine. Ask.
They're asking right now.
Oh, shit. No. Hey.
All 5 say yes.
Bullshit. Two days. Oh wow, she's all alone right there.
How you doing back here, Carol?
Right in the back.
Carol, this gathering today, we have high hopes for it.
But
But as we say, your lives are your own. We can't really protect you from one another.
That is true. Didn't think about that. Oh, look at the plane formation here. Each for one of them. And those are their families, I assume. Each of their respective families.
hi, I'm Carol. And,
I'm Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. Great to meet you.
Not the handshaker, I see.
This is such a relief.
What if they want to join the human collective, though?
Number 6 is a gentleman from Mauritania. He requested a specific aircraft, which took a bit longer.
Oh, we got a rich guy over here. Oh my god. Bro wanted to be on Air Force One. I'm either going to love this character or I'm going to hate this character. There's no in between.
I am Kumba Diabate.
Bonjour, Carol Storka. Nice plane.
Oui, oui. Oh, Dieu tout-puissant, je suis ravi.
The line of women.
Ça me paraît évident, non?
Bro has a small dick.
S'il vous plaît, dites.
I'm just saying.
She was available to whoever asked.
Welcome aboard, Carol.
This they call the nuclear football. With it, one can blow up the world. I am joking. I do not think it works anymore. But don't drop it!
Carol sitting where I would imagine the president would have been sitting.
Why should my family have to leave?
Yes, why?
We need to talk amongst ourselves, just the 6 of us. That's why we're here, right?
Again, I would not be surprised if they're here so that they can actually join them. And Carol's the only one who wants this to be fixed. Carol's idea of fix and their idea of fix is like two different things.
I don't know where we begin, but it's up to us now.
Saying that with the president's sigil in the back.
Why?
Yeah.
I've seen this movie. We've all seen this movie.
I've seen
and we
this
know
movie.
It does not end well.
Are you the one who
I've seen a
lost your
version of
temper
this
and made them
movie.
all stop moving?
Oh.
My grandfather was driving. The automobile crashed, and my grandfather died.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
She not know they do that. Nobody know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not her fault. Let's be honest here.
Your husbands, wives, parents, children, they're not them anymore.
You are a horrible person.
Okay, who is the angry one now? Guys, I'm not looking for a fight here. I'm just
Carol
trying
is
to make
also
a point
alone.
that this whole thing...
Everybody here has family members.
As we speak, no one is being robbed. No one is in prison.
Playing devil's advocate here.
The color of one's skin, by all accounts, now meaningless. Peace on earth.
Why zoos are empty?
They empty them. Everywhere. I look outside. I see giraffe eat all the leaf off my...
Carol's like, this is not the topic that I want to talk about.
What's going to happen when they figure out how to turn us into them?
That is what I want.
Here we go.
What kind of promises did they make?
No promise. They only tell me what it's like. You don't ask them what it's like.
No.
You sit there and you tell us, we must do this, we must do that, but you don't even bother to educate yourself. Why should we listen to anything you say?
Wow.
Who's hungry?
Voilà.
Where are they?
Is this
We don't kill.
not even a lobster?
Your chicken, fish, beef, veggies are the freshest we could find in the local markets.
So you are vegetarian?
That would be our preference, yes.
A wasp, even. If it's about to sting, you don't kill it?
No. We can't purposely end life. It's not in our nature.
Not in there. Wow.
Every time one comes to understand how wonderful it
How many
feels.
fucking people died during your wonderful fucking joining?
Must you curse so much? There's a child present.
Tell me, Ravi, for a pelvic exam, what kind of speculum do you prefer? Metal or plastic?
What?
It would depend. Both have their uses.
No. But, I mean, you probably wouldn't do a palpation, right?
Wow.
Without those tiny little fingers.
How dare you?
We would bring in newcomers individually, thousands every day. It was all very peaceful. But then the military discovered us, and to avoid even more bloodshed, we had to accelerate the process.
So how many?
To avoid the bloodshed.
How many people died?
Like 1 billion.
886 million.
Close enough.
477,591.
You killed 11 million.
I mean, don't put the blame on her. It was an accident. She doesn't know.
All right, warm up my plane. I'm going home.
Good riddance.
Oh, she is about to snap.
You are traitors to the human race!
The way she's walking. Like... Oh my god.
Get the fuck off me! You fucking freaks! Get the fuck off! Get off!
Oh god. I'm loving this so much. This storyline is so up my alley. They put so many pillows on her. Great shot.
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
We couldn't be better.
You got anything to make me stop doing this?
Wow.
Sorry.
The way she's treating them more and more like a person.
Did they leave?
All but one.
The dude. I'm forgetting his name. But also, that shot before. I might talk about it during the credits. I'll let the scene play out.
How are you feeling?
Better than I should for being the biggest mass murderer since Stalin.
I don't think these fine people see it that way.
This is also showing that humanity is kind of horny. Because humanity agreed to his demands. He wanted hot, sexy ladies.
I wish for Zoja to accompany me. She suggested I ask. I believe she needs your blessing.
Who's Zosha?
Your chaperone.
The pirate lady.
Accompany you for what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I ask a question? What is wrong with you? Hmm? Is it a medical condition? They are a bunch of brain-damaged incompetents, but you keep sticking your dick in them.
Have I behaved in an untoward fashion? Have I shown you, any of you, affection that was in any way unwelcome?
For us, affection is always welcome.
Casanova McBoner here wants you to join his harem, which is
McBoner.
hunky-dory with you, provided I give you my permission.
Please work this out yourselves. We can't choose.
Yes, you can.
She's practically telling.
If we were to choose, it would hurt one of you.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Yeah. This is so good. This is so good. This is so right up my alley. This is literally the plot of Evangelion, by the way. Again. We can't choose because choosing means sacrificing one over the other. And we don't want to make sacrifices. We don't want to hurt you. Oh my god, those just looking at us. One final look back.
Stop! Open the door!
Is she gonna step in front of the plane? Oh my god, she is. What a shot. And that's the end of the episode. Then that was Pluribus episode 2. Okay, so what I was trying to say before was that in the scene where Carol wakes up and she takes, a sip of alcohol or a drink or whatever, at least from my screen, the bottle that she took is orange red-ish, and then it reveals like the blue bottle that she doesn't take. Immediately, that reminds me of the red pill, blue pill from The Matrix. Her choosing the red pill over the blue pill in that instance. Or the red alcohol over the blue alcohol. Which, of course, means that she chose to, to not join the collective, to know the truth. And the truth hurts. But she's not choosing to join them. She's not choosing to live in ignorance, which is what all of the other characters are kind of at. Because they want to join them, Wow, okay. Okay, that was it. Good episode. Okay. Pluribus, episode 2. Great episode. I think the standout for this episode for me is actually humanity itself as a character. Because that is something that I haven't really thought about that much in the previous episode, during the series premiere. Because now that we are spending more time with them, spending more time with humanity as a character, embodying various different bodies and I guess different different you know what I mean, in different individual physical forms, although they all share the same mind. But I really love humanity as a character. I don't know how else to describe them. I don't know how else to describe it. Because it's all like a collective, it is a collection of various different people and various different minds, but they are all one at the same time, and that is who we are talking to the most. And I'm very hoping, I'm hoping that humanity as a high mind collective will be represented by Zoja throughout this show, because I think that would make a very interesting, I guess, a dynamic between Carol and her, because Carol needs someone that she can talk to, that she could lash out to, that she could show affection, feelings, whatever, to show human feelings, human connections, actual individuality connections, and not a singular, homogenized generalization of what humanity is, which is what is currently within Zoja right now, right? So I love that because the moment where she meets her, the pirate lady that looks exactly like her fictional character Raban, or I guess the first version of Raban, who is a female character and not a male character. I think this could be like a really potential fascinating duo that I'm looking at here. I see the potential. I see it. But it's also because well, one, there is the uh author and creation dynamic that could be seen here, or better yet, that could be falsely seen here, because Carol sees her and her first thought is like, you look like my character, right? Why do you look like the character that I created? And their response, humanity's response, is that, well, we figured that this version or this face is what will calm you the most, or you will have some form of familiarity with it, right? I wonder again, like, I wonder if we're gonna be diving deeper into that, or that's where we end this sort of weird dynamic between writer and creation. And it's also, again, like, it's also like this idea, this really weird idea that I had in my mind when I was first talking about it throughout this video, and that is, well, what happens if we make love to them? Apparently, Mr. McBoner, I'm forgetting his name, apparently he didn't do anything, sexually perverse, if you will. Although that is from humanity's perspective, which, again, as I mentioned, they welcome it. They admit that they welcome it. They approve of it. They're like, we accept any form of affection, right? But it's again, how far are we going in this regard? How like, are they okay about it? Like, how is it going to feel? um and as I've already mentioned, like genuine question though, like, if everybody ends up being on the same mind, right? If, let's say, Carol and everybody, all of the other 12 other characters that are unaffected eventually joins them or whatever, like, if all of humanity finally becomes one, how will they, like obviously we need to reproduce. Reproduction is inevitable. We have to, right? In order for the species to survive. How is that gonna feel? which is a genuine question that this episode kind of brought up in regards to Carol never really asking them, right? How does it feel? How does it feel to have all of your minds connected as one? Everybody else knows about it, but Carol, and by extension, us, the audience. We don't know how it feels, and we don't really have to know what it feels. Speaking of how knowing what it feels, Carol mentioning that we have seen this movie before, and I said, well, yeah, I have seen this movie before. This is basically Evangelion. There's a lot of other shows out there. Arcane is also an example to an extent, right? And many other shows that revolves around, like, human hive minds or sharing minds and whatever. But Evangelion comes close and speaks to my mind the highest in this regard, because of because of the similar themes and how much that show kind of progress and explore the ideas, right? Because, look, we're dealing with the fact that humanity became one, and the conflict humanity's conflict with our interests is that why should we get rid of our collective mind? Why should we return to our own individuality where that will lead to so much chaos, so much conflict, so much disagreements, right? And currently speaking, because we are of the same mind, we have achieved quote-unquote world peace. Why do we want to risk that so that we can have our individuality, but conflict will arise, war will become inevitable, right? Deaths will occur, people will die, people will hate each other, our feelings, our emotions will be hurt. Why? And it's the very simple answer of because that is what humanity is, right? And that is kind of what this show is turning around, because what humanity is, according to the show, is that collectively speaking, we are a being of peace. Because that is what happens in the show. The show is telling us, the show is giving us an idea that if humanity joined together as one, it is a super being of peace and tranquility. Well, because it is, because it's become a single mind. You wouldn't hurt yourself, would you? But you do, though. That's here comes the paradox. We ourselves as individuals can hurt ourselves. We don't need other people to hurt us. We can hurt ourselves. I can hurt myself, right? I can make mistakes. I can do something wrong, and I can be pushed to the brink, right? That is just a part of us. That is just a part of us. We can't deny that. That is a part of us, right? So, if humanity in this show, in this instance, has been pushed into a single mind, right? I'm going to look at humanity here because it is a hive mind. I am going to look at them as a single character, a single person with multiple different physical forms, right? What is stopping humanity? What is stopping this character to harm itself? I really hope this show is going to explore that idea, because I think it would be interesting. It would be interesting if humanity becomes this single entity and it will inevitably leads to its own self-destruction. And the only person who can realize this, who knows that this could be an inevitability, who is going to be our savior, is of course none other than Carol. She's gonna be the only one here who's like, stop doing this. But it's also like this really, imagine this. Imagine if humanity here is going to a wrong direction, right? Just imagine this. Imagine if inevitably in like later seasons of the show, we're only gonna be with two characters. We're only gonna be with Carol and the rest of humanity. Everybody else that we have met here that still pertains their individuality have all joined the collective somehow. They have been quote unquote fixed. So it's only Carol and the rest of humanity, as I mentioned, right? And then with these two characters left, it becomes this conflict because she does not want to be with her. She does not want to be with us. She does not want to be with humanity. I was saying her because I was thinking of like Zosia, but also Helen at the same time. She does not want to be with her. This is going to be like a love story where Carol is going to reject all of humanity. She is going to reject all of that, and humanity is going to have a fucking meltdown. They're going to have a breakdown. They're already having a breakdown. This is happening twice now. Every time Carol is angry at us, every time she is showing some form of anger, hatred, or any form of negative emotion or reaction, humanity just spaz out. They do not comprehend this. They don't know how to react to this, right? And it's only going to happen again and again and again. I want to see that. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but I think it just would be cool. I think it would be cool if by the end of the show, it's only going to be two characters. It's going to be Carol and the rest of humanity, and it's going to be like this really toxic relationship between the two of them. And Carol's hatred and anger is going to push humanity to the brink. And when humanity is pushed to the brink, I think it would be so poetic if Carol ends up saving them. Saving humanity. And maybe, just maybe, through that action of incomprehensibility, that is going to break humanity so much that everybody turns back to normal. Or they can just go the Evangelion route, where everybody's individual mind can actually break free if they choose to. Because that is kind of like I guess like the point of like the end of Evangelion, because minor spoilers here, but like it presents the idea of like, well, you have this human collective that we can create, and our main character is gonna be like, well, is this what you want? We're gonna be asking our main character, like, is this what you wanted? And they're gonna be like, well, kind of. This is what I envision a peaceful world would be, but this is wrong, right? It's that it's the existence of the mind, and through that extension comes the desire to exist, the desire to be one, not be one, to be your own person, right? And that is how characters are able to break free of the hive mind, to say the least. And I'm wondering if this show is gonna go down that route as well. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. What is the quote again? What is the famous quote? I think, therefore I am. Maybe that's the way. Maybe that is the way. Maybe that is the most philosophical way to solve this problem that we are currently dealing with this show. How can humanity go back to normal? How can we break free of the collective? Well, maybe if humanity think, maybe one of them think, the individual mind think, that'll break free. Because it's not like, again, like, as a person, I have conflicting thoughts as well. It's not like my thoughts are always going to be in agreement. Sometimes I don't even agree with myself. How does that work, right? You have like many different sides, many different selves, so to speak. And not all of them are in sync. Sometimes one version of yourself is disagreeing with your other version of yourself, and so you got to make a compromise, and that is what makes you you. And it's this thought, this idea that Carol is so aware of. Like she is the wokest person on earth right now. She's, by the definition of the word woke, she is the most wokest person on earth right now. She's like, why are you guys not seeing this? How can you guys think that this is okay? Why do you guys think that this is all right? And in fact, maybe she will end up joining them. Maybe that is going to be the route. Maybe she will join them. Carol will be the one who will be like pushed to the brink. because maybe she will feel hopeless and lost and like there's no other inevitable way. Maybe she will eventually join them. Like maybe they will find the reason, right? They will find the quote unquote cure that could fix her, and she accepts it. But once she joins, she will understand what it feels like to be connected as one, and then she's gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm good. And that one instance of like defiance of the collective is what will inspire other people in the mind to break free. I don't know. I'm I am trying to predict how this show is going to end. Maybe that will happen, maybe not. I don't know. Go back to this video once like the show is over. We will laugh together to see how much I am right or wrong on this. But let's not talk about that for a bit. We've talked about like the philosophies of this for quite a while, and I am not that well equipped to dive deeper into the into the philosophies of the mind right now. But I do love like the other connotations or the other I guess analogies that this show is presenting. Again, obviously this show just came out. If I go to social media like Twitter, for example, I'm gonna see a couple of like discussions here and there. Haven't been spoiled on the second episode, which is great. But one of the things that I saw on social media was that people were talking about like how this episode, or I guess this show in general so far, is also kind of alluding to, I guess, the now general usage of artificial intelligence. And I can see it, but at the same time, I also saw that Vince Gilligan pretty much said that he had not envisioned the show to be a allegory for that. But what I do think the show is an allegory for, on a broader general idea, is just the thought of you not joining, I guess, societal norms or the general consensus. Like many people have seen, a lot of people have like the same opinions. Carol is like the outlier, but she's also not the one in the wrong. Humanity is also not in the wrong in this episode as well, so to speak. Again, like, the benefits are there, don't get me wrong. But it's not about the benefits. It's about what makes us, right? World peace, sure. Can we achieve that while also maintaining our individuality? Is that a possibility? Is this show trying to tell us that is not a possibility? Vince Gilligan, what are you trying to say here? But that is just like a common story, right? It's a common theme. Like, as long as humanity exists, war will always exist. Conflict will always exist. That is almost always inevitable. But there's also going to be like beauty and wonders of the world as well, It's a really good show, man. This is a really good show. This is my kind of show. And I honestly, I cannot wait for more. I guess the rest of the episode, if we're gonna be talking more about that, I don't know how to feel about like the new characters that are introduced just yet, but that's mostly because we haven't seen most of them. They're desire to join the rest of humanity is I guess understandable, but also unsurprising at the same time. It's understandable for, for them because, as I mentioned, these people have family members. They have people that they want to join. Carol does not. She does, though. She does. Actually, no, she does. Helen. Helen passed away, but her mind, her thought was connected right before before she passed. So now I am wondering again, like, this is now questioning like what it feels like to be in the in the collective, in the hive mind, because I'm wondering like how does the mind feel when one of its members die, right? Like how does that work? How do you feel? Do you feel their deaths? Like do you feel like their mind fading away because they are a part of you before they die? You remember their memories, right, as presented in this episode. So how does that kind of look like if we were to present it physically speaking, if that makes sense? If we ever dive into like the mind of humanity here, obviously we need to present it in a physical form. How does that look like? Could Carol, so to speak, could Carol speak with the dying mind of Helen if she were to join humanity, if that makes sense? Like, again, like genuine questions, like what would it feel like? What would it feel like for Helen to join humanity? Sorry, Carol to join humanity, and then to, I guess, see or feel Helen's thoughts. Because I feel like those thoughts, even though she has passed, I feel like those thoughts are still stored in humanity. Again, like, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works just yet. But the fact that they still remember Helen's thoughts, makes me assume that those thoughts are still there. So if Carol joins them, her thoughts are going to be connected with Helen's past thoughts, right? And that could also just be like a driving force, right? Or a I guess what's the term? But it could be reason for Carol to join them, if that makes sense. If she really loves Helen and she wants to be with Helen, she could be with a version of Helen, even though that version has passed. I don't know. It's a really fascinating, I guess, idea that this show is kind of, I mean, it's not really presenting it, but more so that I am thinking about it. But anyways, yeah, I don't know how to feel about like those other characters that I've already mentioned. I kind of went on a sidetrack tangent there. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about those other characters just yet. We'll see how things go with the next episode, because obviously Carol's going to be joining them on the plane again. We haven't met the rest of the unaffected. I'm just going to call them that, the unaffected. The individuals. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see again. Because they are dangerous, let's just put it that way. Humanity has warned Carol, if you are with them, we cannot protect you. Because those people, they're still humans. You're still going to be conflicting with them. They're not gonna be as kind as us. Kind. We don't know for sure. If there's one thing I also know about humans, they can lie. Humans can lie. And they lie a lot. And this isn't just one human. This is like 7, 8 billion people combined as one. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe they might be lying. Humanity might be lying. I don't know, man. I don't trust humanity. Maybe they did kill the president. I don't know. But what I do know is that this show is great, and I cannot wait for more. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I will see you all next time for the next episode of Pluribus. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Peace.